Well, alrighty, it is 3:40, y'all, and that means it is time for another Before the Four. Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest right here, hoping you all have a fantastic day and are having a fantastic day this afternoon. Welcome back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. Wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream, as always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Wednesday afternoon here. Now first, let's talk about the weather. As you can see, the jacket is staying on this afternoon. That's just because I'm still de-thawing from last night because, wow, it was cold out there, no doubt about it. Let's turn over to 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis for what we can expect for the rest of the week. Brad?
All right, AJ, hope everyone enjoyed the little bit of sunshine we had today because we may not see the sun again until the weekend, and we may not see a whole lot of it. By 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, this is the rain forecast. Another chilly rain coming in. We're going to go hour by hour through this in a second. You can see the last bit of sunlight here at just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperature still in the upper 30s in some spots, so just a brutally cold day again. And we're going to see another chilly day tomorrow, and then it's going to start raining. So here's a look at what we're talking about. I'm going to go ahead and rock this back and forth here, take you back to the beginning of the showers. The morning hours, we may see a couple of showers out there. Here's 5 a.m., maybe some drizzle very early in the morning. And then we get this break with more rain coming in between 3 and 4 o'clock. This has been speeding up in time. We're going to get this north wind with the rain. It'll continue pretty steady rain through 10 o'clock tomorrow night, letting up during the early morning hours. And I think it stays all rain. That snow mix line will probably stay north towards Nashville. Next 12 hours, temperatures get below freezing one more time. We got a clear sky early on, but the clouds will move back in. There's your 3-day forecast. Rain tomorrow during the afternoon, evening, overnight. The rain Friday will probably be gone by 7 or 8 in the morning. What we don't know is how much lingering drizzle we will see. And Saturday, it's kind of a close call. May get some drizzle Saturday afternoon or some light rain, depending on the track of that area low pressure. Right now, it's trending a little farther south, so that would leave us with mostly cloudy skies. And the temperatures remain well below normal into next week, but there are some signs of 50s returning about a week from today.
All right, Brad, that's certainly good to know. And if you're watching at home right now, you probably already know the drill, but I'm just going to say it. First Alert Weather Extra. That is tonight at 9:30. You can watch it wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. So that's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's the 48 Now live stream. But First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, he'll be back here in the streaming center, and he'll have all the latest he's seeing on the radar. You're just not going to want to miss it. Feel free to leave a comment, any questions, thoughts, concerns you might have. Brad will shout you out, and he'll work to answer any of those questions you might have. So, First Alert Weather Extra, just not going to want to miss it. But now, following up on a fatal crash Thanksgiving morning along I-65 that left one woman dead, 48's Noah Cowell has the latest.
Vincent Limoncelli is devastated after a Thanksgiving tragedy took away the love of his life and left 2 teenage boys without their mother. They're left now wondering how they'll continue to live without this incredibly loving woman. Vincent says Andrea Limoncelli and his stepmom were driving his car on Thursday just to pick up family for Thanksgiving dinner when he got a notification that they were in a serious wreck in Limestone County. Vincent then frantically tracked her phone to a junkyard where the car ended up. That's when state troopers broke the news.
I asked him, I was like, please tell me my baby's okay. And he said, are you Vincent? And I said, yeah. He's like, I'm sorry she didn't make it. I just totally collapsed and it was awful.
Vincent and Andrea were newlyweds, having just tied the knot back in August. With Andrea came her 2 kids, Jaden and Jonathan, and Vincent says he's glad he didn't let them go on that ride 4 days ago.
The whole rear end of the car's in the back seat. You know, it would have totally crushed the kids to pieces. I've had to stay as strong as I can for these boys. I mean, because I'm all they got now.
Vincent and many members of their church continue to grieve, but they say God has now gained an incredibly generous and caring spirit.
When you look out there, you'd see her smiling. She was always smiling and ready to worship the Lord, and she would definitely be missed. You know, she was so kind. She would do anything for anybody.
If it wasn't for my church family and Andrew's church family, I don't know what we would do. We're just trying to stay as strong as we can for each other and hold each other up.
Vincent says they used one GoFundMe to pay for the funeral expenses, but they set another one up today because they're just not sure how they'll be able to afford another car, doctor's expenses, and just giving these kids a good Christmas. Reporting in Madison, Noah Cowell, 48 News, on your side.
And such a devastating situation there for that family. That family is certainly in my thoughts. And now in Fort Payne, where residents are seeing an influx of black bears spotted in the area. City leaders say they have a strict no feeding policy. Mayor Brian Bain says residents who are caught feeding the bears will be subject to a fine. 48's Will Eldridge with the details.
Mayor Brian Bain tells me that feeding the bears not only puts people at risk, but puts the bears at risk too. To discourage this, City Council passed a new code that makes feeding one purposefully punishable by a $500 fine and up to 6 months in jail. This is video of bears from DeKalb County. The mayor tells me the city has received multiple complaints from residents saying they have seen neighbors leave out food to attract the bears, which is what inspired the new city code.
You know, they're here to stay. You know, what we've got to do is we've got to learn how to cohabitate with the bears, because once they find food, then they stay. They're going to come back constantly.
He says if you're worried one may show up, there are precautions you can take.
Make sure you're keeping your trash cans put up, that, you know, maybe put up in your garage. Not just leaving them out. Any dog food, make sure it's in closed containers. Any cat food, make sure all that's in closed containers.
Remember, black bears are a protected species in Alabama, and it is illegal to harass or harm them in any way. Reporting in Fort Payne, Will Eldridge, 48 on your side.
And with that, we're going to head to break, but coming up, mail issues in the city of Athens, and another story you're just not going to want to miss. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, hello everyone and welcome back to Before the Four. Now we're gonna head up to Athens, where residents have been reporting that they have not been receiving their mail on time. 48's Callie Nee spoke with one resident who says he's worried his Christmas gifts for others won't come in on time. Let's take a listen.
Matthew Jackson says he's been having issues with package deliveries for quite some time now, and now he's starting to worry that he may not get those packages delivered on time for Christmas. Jackson told me he had to go to the post office many times to pick up his mail that was supposed to be delivered to his home. And that may not seem like a big deal for most people, but Jackson is disabled and cannot drive. So every time his mail is not delivered to his house, he has to buy an Uber just to go get his mail from the post office. And now he is worried Christmas may have to wait.
I'd be surprised if we even started getting our packages But again, it's not their fault. They were understaffed, but they have got to figure out some kind of solution.
Jackson adds that he believes it is a staffing issue causing the delays, and though he is frustrated, he knows they are trying their best.
Disappointed, you know, like that's all I can really feel is disappointed. I can't feel angry because, again, you know, they're doing the best they can, I'm assuming, but I'm just disappointed in the overall situation.
Officials from the United States Postal Service tell me that packages are being delivered as soon as they are received here in Athens, adding that they are continuously hiring. And for more information, you can visit our website, WAFF.com. Reporting in Athens, Callie Neese, 48 News, on your side.
And now take a look at this. Sometimes big ideas come from small people. And with the holidays approaching, a 10-year-old girl down in Pike Road, Alabama, has a plan to make the season special for everyone. Judd Davis shares her story today on the good side. Let's take a look.
So first, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a hot hands, a pair of socks.
It may look like 10-year-old Holly Amburn is packing for a weekend camping trip, but she has much bigger plans.
Holly Jolly Christmas stockings.
Holly's always had a heart to give. This year, she's stocking up for people she doesn't even know.
We're going to give them to the Friendship Mission, and they're going to pass them out.
It's heartwarming. Children, at this time of year especially, are thinking about their list. They're thinking about their wish list and all the things that come with the holiday season. But Holly has decided to support others.
So while the Friendship Mission is busy providing shelter and feeding the homeless, Holly is doing her part.
My parents always said it's better to give than receive. And since it's Christmas time, it's all about giving, so I wanted to give to people who are less fortunate than others.
Down the line she goes, packing these bags with love.
Hygiene kit, Vienna sausages, crackers, liquid IV sticks, instant coffee sticks, socks, emergency blankets.
Her goal was 50 bags. Now it may be 100. Just a fifth grader who's way ahead of the curve when it comes to compassion and giving.
She has a heart for the homeless, and we are so thankful to have her support.
It's going to make me feel like happy and like I made somebody's day.
For Holly, it's back to work. These bags aren't going to pack themselves.
One lip balm and then one hygiene kit. And then you just close it.
Another bag ready to go, just in time. It'll soon be a Holly Jolly Christmas along County Road 12.
Love to see it. A little girl there with a huge heart. Awesome stuff there, and that is what the good side is all about right there. Awesome story. Now let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. The potential relocation of the Owens Crossroads Post Office. 48's Will Eldridge will have more on that coming up, speaking with a nurse at Huntsville Hospital after saving the life of a patient by performing CPR. Callie Neese will have that coming up. And finally, the perfect send-off for a high school football team here in the Shoals, heading back to the state championship. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And we all know what time it is now. It is, of course, time for Facebook Fun. Our 48 Facebook question today: what's your favorite Christmas song? Now, earlier in the week, we asked, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Now it's time to hear your favorite Christmas song. And let's see what you all had to say. What is your favorite Christmas song? I know there's so many to choose from. I cannot think of one at the top of my head, honestly, because I love Christmas music. I love everything about the Christmas season. So maybe I can get some ideas from you all on what could potentially be my personal favorite Christmas song. But let's see. Silent Night, that is a good one there. Jeffrey, he said, Where Are You Christmas? Absolutely, that is another incredible song, a beautiful song, absolutely. And speaking of beautiful songs, Oh Holy Night. 100% Elaine and James Watts. Thank you so much for commenting. Now this one, I love the beat of this song, The Little Drummer Boy. That song goes crazy. That song goes hard. I love that song so much. That's up there as one of my favorite Christmas songs. Virginia said Christmas and Dixie. You got to talk about the band Alabama. Fort Payne's own the band Alabama. You got to play Christmas in Dixie, especially in Fort Payne. Victoria said, Do You Hear What I Hear? Another classic Christmas song there. Away in a Manger, Cindy Hastings Elmore. Love that song also. I love all of these songs. And then Ashley said she's been hearing it on 96.9. Silent Night, an awesome song there. All of these Christmas songs are so awesome. And let's see what else y'all had to say. Of course, we have Elvis's Blue Christmas in the chat. Patsy Cantrell commented that one. Got to throw in some Elvis in there. I love Blue Christmas. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. That's from Susan Mitchell. And a lot of other Christmas in Dixies, a very popular song up here in North Alabama, no doubt about it. Fort Payne's own the band Alabama. Love that song. I think this year I want to drive around downtown Fort Payne blasting Christmas in Dixie. And if you've been to Fort Payne recently, maybe you live out there, their Christmas decorations are very much up in the downtown area. So pretty. I definitely encourage you all to go check it out. And of course, here in Huntsville, we have the Tinsel Trail at Big Spring Park. A lot of Christmas festive holiday events coming up as well. Gotta love Christmas. I love it so much. And I definitely encourage you all to check out all these events that are going on here in the Tennessee Valley. But y'all, that is just about all the time I have for today's Before the Four. But as always, thank you so much for sticking around, spending a bit of your Wednesday afternoon here. I hope you all have a great night tonight. Enjoy our evening newscasts. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.